Hello Power people, today we will see how to create Power Automate, formerly known as Microsoft Flows or Flows, and discuss more around it. Welcome to this third episode of Power Platform Beginner to Pro series for all of us who wants to understand and learn Microsoft Power Platform, its different products and how to leverage those in business use cases. My name is Sunil Kumar, your power trainer, a power platform enthusiast, and a Microsoft certified professional. Let's hop onto this train to understand and learn Power Automate. Let's have a quick recap and then we will move ahead. In the last episodes, we discussed around the backend component of an application for which we used SharePoint Online. We discussed and created a very basic, simple Power App, which was our front end. And today we will talk around the business flow block, which will be handled by Power Automate. As the name suggests, this product of Power Platform Suite helps us to automate the tasks, be it cloud tasks, business processes, on-premise tasks, or general desktop tasks. Let's see how many type of flows we have. By the way, Power Automate and flows are the same thing. I might use one or the other invariably. It has become a sort of habit to call it as flows as that was its former name. And it is a conscious effort to say Power Automate multiple times and it is a bit of a mouthful as well. We have majorly three types of Power Automates. One is cloud flows, desktop flows, and business process flows. So any Power Automate consists of two main components. One is the trigger, which is an event that initiates the cloud flow. And then we have actions. These are the tasks which needs to be carried out throughout the definition of the flows. A flow or a Power Automate can have maximum of one trigger and multiple actions. So this is a very basic sample of a Power Automate which has a manual trigger which is an instant flow, and one action which is defined here is post a message in a chat or a channel, Teams chat or a channel. So this is a trigger which is single trigger, and multiple actions can also be defined. As of now it just contains one action here. Now, when we say cloud automate or a cloud Power Automate, automated flows are the first category which we have here. These are the flows which gets triggered on a specific event. For example, sending email notification when a record is created in SharePoint list, creating record in another SharePoint list when status changes, and many other more. Then we have the instant type, which is a manual click of a Power Automate, which actually gets started on a click of a button. For example, sending out of office email with a push of button on your mobile devices. Then we have scheduled flows, which basically gets started on a fixed schedule. Let's say on a daily morning 8 a.m. flow starts to upload data in SharePoint list. Every morning 8 a.m. flow starts to check the services availability and send email notification. To help with connections, integrations, and using APIs of other services, Microsoft has provided us many out of the box connectors, which has increased to the number of more than 1,000 as of today. Connector is basically a proxy or a wrapper around an API that allows underlying services to talk with Power Platform products. Now, let's see the next category of the Power Automate which we have, which is desktop flows. Desktop flows broaden the existing robotic process automation RPA capabilities in Power Automate and enables us to automate all the repetitive and mundane desktop processes. Automating is quicker and easier with the intuitive Power Automate Desktop Flow Designer now. wherein we can use the pre-built drag and drop actions or recordings of your own desktop flows, and we can run it later. You would need a Power Automate desktop application downloaded and installed to design the RPA flows. Then we have business process flows, a third category, major category of the Power Automate. This type of automation is majorly part of model-driven apps where we define the set of stages and steps which are displayed in a control at the top of the form to have everyone handle the requests in the same way. Enough of talk done now. With this, you have a basic idea of Power Automate, its types, and then subtypes. Let's head to the demo and see all these in action. Right now, I am in my Power Automate Designer Studio. So the link is very simple, make.powerapps.com. So we do have multiple other links also, which we can use, flow.microsoft.com. There you have to sign in and come here. Let's go and check that as well. So if I write flow.microsoft.com, it will be redirecting me to the main page. From here, if I go and click on sign in, it will get signed in with my current logged in user. And with this, I will be redirected to the same page. So there are multiple ways to log in and come to this page. Along with this, there are some special environments which are provided to US government, which is called, so this is the commercial version we have, which we have just logged in. And there is another version for US government especially, which is make.gov.powerautomate.us. And correspondingly, we have others as well. Now, let's go back to our commercial version and let's understand this a little bit. So right now I am in one of my environment, which is Power Trainer SK.org, which is a default environment with this tenant. And here, this is the home section. In this home section, we will see all the basic entry level documentation from here. And then what all more we can explore in Power Automate, the pricing, video, community forum, documentations. We will definitely talk about pricing as well. Let's get the basic idea of the whole Power Platform products first individually, and then we will talk about the pricing and the licensing model around these. Then we have what's new. So this is the one stop place from where you can get all the latest information around what is happening in the Power Automate area. The new changes which are being shared by Microsoft. Then we have multiple left-hand navigation headers available here. First is the home one. Then we have approvals, my flows, create, templates, connectors, data, which has tables, connections, custom connectors, and gateways. And then we have monitor, AI builder, process advisor, and solutions. And then there is a learn, which is for the documentation. We will come to these one by one. I don't want to make it too overwhelming for you in the first video itself. We will talk about these eventually whenever we come across these in our next couple of videos as well. So first thing first, we will talk about create. So this is the place from where you can always go ahead and create your Power Automate. As soon as we come here, we see there are different type of Power Automates which are available, and we did discuss all these as well. Right. Along with this automated instant scheduled desktop flows, we have Process Advisor as well. So Process Advisor is a latest feature available in here, which actually provides the information around how your Power Automate can be enhanced and optimized. So this is a capability which has been provided by Microsoft. Now, second thing which we have here is start from templates. Now, bear in mind, we do have a lot of different templates available from the Microsoft team itself, which can be used to achieve the target solution which we want from our Power Automate. you can always go ahead and look into these. Then we have the major thing which is available, which is called as a connector. We did discuss what actually connector does and how it will work. We will see now. As soon as I click on all connectors, it will give me a bunch of list of different connectors. So if I keep scrolling, you will see a lot of different connectors available, right? Some are the premium one and some are the standard one. Now, what's the difference between premium and standard, right? So the standard ones are readily available to use without any licensing model required for those. When we talk about premium connectors, we would definitely need extra licensing which is required to use these, right? We were at create. So let me go back and create a quick instant cloud flow as an example for us. Let's say I want to do email notification or just a chat message in Teams. So I will name it as send Teams chat message. These are the triggers which I can choose. So let me show you a couple of triggers here. Manually trigger a flow. So the trigger will be manually triggered. So it's a kind of an instant flow. So we will be able to click on it and it will start the whole Power Automate. Then we have Power Apps. So we use this trigger if we want to instantly start this Power Automate from any Power Apps. We will come to use these as well in next set of Power Automates and Power Apps which we'll be creating. Then we have when a Power Virtual Agent calls a flow. We will talk about Power Virtual Agent and how do we use these. Then we have other instant flows triggers as well. I will quickly choose the first one, which is manually trigger a flow, and click on create. As soon as I click on create, it will open a Power Automate flow designer for me. With this, we already have the first trigger which we selected here, and when I click on new step, it will automatically give me the bunch of actions which I can use here. I will just choose Teams because that is what my intention is to use the connector as. So this is the Teams connector which I am using here, and these are the actions here. So if I click on triggers, I will be able to see these are the triggers and these are the actions here, which are with respect to Microsoft Teams. So I will do one thing. I will quickly select post message in a chat or a channel. Post as, this is one of the options which is provided here as a user, as a flow bot, or as a Power Virtual Agent, which is in preview right now. So there will be couple of functions which will be in preview always. So these are good to test, good to use, to see, to explore. These the capability of these preview actions, preview components, but are not recommended to use in the production applications for your clients or for your organization. So let's quickly go ahead and select the flow bot here and post in, whether you want to post it in a channel, whether you want to post it as a chat with flow bot, or whether you want to post it in a group chat. So I will just use chat with flow bot. Right. As soon as I choose this, it will ask me to add the recipient and the message. What do you want to send? As soon as I click on it, you see another pane gets opened up, which is the dynamic content pane. And there are expressions also which I can use. We will come to this. As of now, I'll just put directly my name and select it as recipient. And then I will put a message. So this is a demo message from Power Automate, right? And I will quickly go ahead and save this. So right now what I have done is I have a trigger which is an instant trigger, an instant flow which has a manual trigger, and then there is just one action which is post message in a chat or a channel. I have already saved it. I'll quickly click on test and manually select this to run it, and it will just connect the connector which I am using in this flow. It gets signed in automatically with the current logged in user and run the flow. If I click on run, it will automatically start the flow. It will keep showing you the steps it has covered as well. The flow is running, and right now it says the flow has run successfully and it has completed all the uh, components here. So the green tick shows that this one is completed. The other green tick shows that this particular action is also completed. Now I will switch back to my chat in Teams, and this is the message which I have received from Power Automate. So this is a demo message from Power Automate. So this is one simple example of how the Power Automate can be created and how it can be run. Now, if I click back here, this is the Power Automate. One second. This is the Power Automate information tab. So in this information tab, with respect to this particular flow which has been created, I can see all the details of flow name, who is the owner of the flow, status when it was created, what is the type of the flow, which plan, licensing plan does it use, how many actions are there, what all different actions are there, who is the owner, right? Process advisor, which is a preview which gives a capability to enhance, to optimize the flow, and then we have all the run history of 28 days available here. So it will contain all the run history. So if I click on any of the run history here, for example, here we just have one, it will show me the actual run history, and here I'll be able to see the rest of the details as well. So if I click on this, it will show me the schema, and then if I click on the post message, it will show me all the inputs and the outputs of this. Even I have the message IDs, message link, which we can leverage in our next steps if required, right? And then if I require it to resubmit it, I can always do that as well. Let me click on this resubmit. What I will be doing is I will be resubmitting the same run flow which has run earlier. So it is still in running, and as soon as it says the flow has been completed successfully, and if I go back to my Teams chat, this is the another message which has been sent from Power Automate. Right? So this is how we can resubmit as well. Now let me click on my flows, and here I will be able to see these all the flows which are created by me, and I am the owner of those. As soon as I add, now these are the cloud flows, these are the desktop flows, and these are the flows which are shared with me. It's kind of a bit confusing that it says shared with me, right? As soon as I go ahead and click this and share it with anyone else as well, it will go into that section. So let me say I share this flow with another user of my organization, right? And as soon as it gets shared, it is doing it, it is sharing it. Let's see. So now it has been shared with another user of my organization, and if I click on my flows, you see that it has been removed from cloud flows now, and it goes into the another section which is shared with me section now. So automatically it makes this Power Automate shared with me as well, even though I was the one who created it, right? Now so this is one way of create, and even if I click on my flows, I will be able to see new flows from here as well, right? So there are different versions available from where I can go ahead and start and automate from here. Now this is the desktop flows. From here I can create a RPA capable Power Automate. For this I have to download an application which is called Power Automate Desktop, which is basically a designer to create a Power Automate. This is the end of our third episode, which was related to Power Automate and its basic information. We will continue on this as well as other products in our next videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Talk to you soon in our next videos. Bye bye.